Hello, Nigeria. This is Bekema. You're listening to the Good Citizen Radio Show. Comes to you every Friday at 8 p.m. I hope you all have had a fantastic week. I've had a great week. And, one of the exciting things about the week, which I was supposed to mention last week, but, we had so many callers contributing to the discussion on good governance and the roles that individuals play that, I forgot to talk about it. So we had our biannual CSO therapy and effectiveness training. It's actually called CPET. So CSO professionalism, ethics training. And basically it's a partnership with Access Bank where we get to train 50 CSOs at a sitting on different topics. So we all know that people in the civil society / non-profit space get into this because they have a burning passion for change, and we also know that burning passion means that they don't always get all of the funding that they need to accomplish their goals, especially in this part of the world where businesses and other institutions don't get to appreciate the work because they're trying to push for a lot of change that may at first be uncomfortable for most people. So this time around, we trained them on governance in decision making, and it was a fantastic time. At some point in the show, we will listen to what they had to say about the show. We had Mr. Sojia Pampa, who is very, very big in the space, not the CSO space, but per se, but in the integrity space. So even businesses know about him. He's the founder of the CBI, Center for Business Integrity. And we also had Oluseyi Oyebisi, who is also prominent in the CSO space, and I can tell you that everybody was wild. Today, we're actually going to continue with the trend of good governance. So monthly we have themes, and we're focusing on good governance this month. From last week, some of the things that our dear callers reiterated for us that I summarized were that we need to learn strength of character. We need to be able to stand and say no even when it's uncomfortable, and we need to learn delayed gratification as well. Oftentimes you get into uncomfortable situations at work. It doesn't mean that you should step back and not speak up for what is right. It also doesn't mean that you should not learn diplomacy, but it means that every time is the right time to say or do the right thing. Remember, the show is produced by CSR in Action and is sponsored by Aspire Coronation Trust, which is a grant-making organization established in 2016 to support local, national, and regional non-profit organizations working in health, environment, entrepreneurship, and leadership, and they help to address the various challenges across the African continent. As a result, it makes sense, that they'll support the Good Citizen Radio Show, which encourages active citizenship amongst Nigerians. We do believe that in every Nigerian there's a lot of good, and we do believe that by having these discussions, more and more people will think about how the things that we do will impact positively on Nigeria as a whole. I recalled this week that I was on various platforms that I'm a part of. There was this news shared about this Mr. Jana, who had an IT business in Nigeria, who had mentioned on LinkedIn that Nigerians could not be trusted and that he had set up this business and he had been scammed by a number of Nigerians and all of that. So everybody's first reaction was, oh, wow, this is obviously not the forte of politicians and all of that. So obviously we all have our roles to play in ensuring that we do not give ourselves a bad name. But obviously there were some really good, well-meaning Nigerians who delved into the matter and found out that the man was actually trying to take advantage of cheap labor. And when we wouldn't accept that, he went all out on LinkedIn and tried to besmirch your names. Now, the thing is that if we have done certain things to make people so inclined to think a certain way about us, then when this kind of random person makes those kinds of comments, the first thing is people say is, oh yeah, he may be right, when he's absolutely not right. Another thing that caught my attention this week, which I'm sure that lots of people saw as well, was the news making the rounds about the National Assembly and the vehicles that they got. Budget had actually done a flyer along with its partners EIE on the 9th Senate under Ahmed Lawan, which wishes to spend 5.5 billion naira on cars. That is 50 million naira per senator. 50 million naira per senator. Is it one of those armored vehicles that they got during Stella Odua's time? I wonder. These guys have tons of cars from all sorts of things. At least Mr. Dino Melaye always excites us with all sorts of cars on his social media pages. So I just wonder why, they actually each need 50 million naira per senator for a car amongst all the other benefits when the average Nigerian hardly has food to eat. Now, if you're a businessman who makes money, please, by all means, splurge on yourself. But if you are in a position of governance where you're supposed to serve people, it doesn't sit well when you see these kinds of things. Now, globally, good governance, which drives the achievement of development, is oftentimes regarded as a tool for achieving equitable and sustainable development. Governance is a key issue, and leaders are continually faced with responsibilities and constantly have to make, revise, or change decisions in order to advance their goals and targets. Because of a more complex and fast-paced environment, governance cannot be mainly focused on control, however, but must also cover leadership and commitment to support an agile approach. Now, before I go on, because our time is always so short and we have so much to talk about when people calling, I will open up the numbers. The number to call is 0700 923 923 923. Again, is 0700 923 923 923. If you can't call for whatever reason, please send us a message at Good Citizen NG on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram at Good Citizen NG. We'll be waiting for your calls and your comments. Hello? We lost that call. So for the implementation of good governance principles, right, special attention needs to be given to our institutions. And again, I'll reiterate that that's why we had the Civil Society Organization Professionalism, Effectiveness and Therapy Workshop. Hello? We missed that call again.
Hello, good evening.
Okay, we haven't actually. Hello, good evening.
Yes, this is so from Charity Road, New Koba Bulegba. A long time,
Sixes.
Yes, it's a long time.
Yes, long time indeed. How is everything?
Well, I'm fine, but you know that due to school things now, I do listen. You know that I can't call in. I normally hear NDD and the rest people. So, but even though I don't call, I invite members to follow this program.
Okay. I'm glad to hear that. So, what do you have to contribute about good governance, the matter of good governance in Nigeria?
I don't know. It's prayer because daily basis things happen which is not even supposed to happen. And the major things that is driving people backwards is that they put blame in the government. What role are they playing? Those that are complaining, people that are complaining. So when you look at their family, now they be the problem. Sometimes they are the ones scattering their wife or their children to molest them, and you be complaining that the government is not doing this one, and you yourself. Think that most time I wonder that most people don't. I don't know looking at their mindset. They behave ignorance, trying to put blame in one person alone. You yourself that are complaining, which idea are you sharing? Some people now in their area now, they have not even paid their landlords or their tenants. They have not even talked to them. Is it the government that they are putting the blame on? So people just need to correct their mindset and they should not be behaving ignorance. Please. Thank you, man.
Thank you so much. Sixes is highly impassioned today. Okay, so we lost another call. So basically he's saying, stop blaming others. Stop blaming others. Leadership is taking a dangerous narrative and not being afraid to speak up against it. If you are in Nigeria today and you have a problem with anything that is happening, I just wonder, what are you doing? Hello? Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening. What's your name and thanks for calling the show? Oh, we lost that call. Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening. What's your name, please?
Yes, my name is Smith.
Your name is?
Smith.
Smith.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for calling the Good Citizen Radio Show, Smith. What's your contribution today?
The topic is on good governance. I'm not sure, but for the country in which we live in, our governance we still have a long way to go with governance, because it's alarming when you see the people who you elected to power eventually turn their backs.
Right. So they make all sorts of promises and then they come in and it's something else.
Exactly. Like, for instance, some days ago, yeah, I ran into an issue with their local government people. This road signs on the road, it was hidden. And all of a sudden, these guys jump out from one corner. That's why we let you drive on in one way, this and that. I tried to sort it out with them. They eventually took me to their place, and I paid into a private company's account rather than paying into a local government account.
They paid it into a company account?
Yeah. I have the name of the company account.
Which company?
I don't know that. We can talk about that later.
No, why? You see now, why are you hiding it? That's what you were asked to pay into. Let's be sure that it's the correct thing. At least that we can follow up on.
The name of the company is Wallis Investment something. I have the screenshot of. I did a screenshot.
Yeah, please. Can you please send us the screenshot? Inbox us on social media or send it to our WhatsApp number 0906-263-4111.
Okay, I will do that.
Yeah, oftentimes when you meet these guys, it's as though they just want you to get into trouble. Hello?
Yeah,
so it's as though they want you to get into trouble. It's not like they're trying to stop you from doing the wrong things. As though, get into trouble so you can pay 50,000 naira or whatever.
Yeah. Well, at least I have to sort myself out of it, but I actually tweeted the state government that they should look into it. I've not gotten a response from the state governor, and I had to send it also to his deputy. Nobody has said anything about it.
Were you actually driving on a one-way road against traffic?
Well, for me, no, it was actually in the afternoon. There was cars were not moving in that area. Only for me to drive, this road sign was on the driver's blind side, not on the side where you would see all of these things. And I have that issue, even when you drive to Lasut in Ikeja, there is a point where there is a no U-turn sign, but it is on the driver's blind side, rather than it being centrally placed.
Right, so they want you to fail so that... Well, it means that we all have to be very careful. But I know what you mean. I actually know what you mean. So thank you very much for your contribution, and enjoy your Domino's pizza when you get it, for calling the show. So we're going to take a short break now to just listen to the feedback that we got from our session during the course of the week, and we'll be right back to the Good Citizen Radio Show.
The Aspire Coronation Trust, ACT Foundation, is a non-profit organization established to help local, national, and regional non-profit organizations working to address the challenges and associated vulnerabilities across Africa. Here, we seek to promote broad-based participation with other institutions and organizations aimed at building sustainable communities, providing innovative solutions to social, economic, and environmental challenges. Our interventions are focused on 4 key areas, which are health, entrepreneurship, environment, and leadership. At ACT Foundation, we believe that together we can make a difference. So, let's come together to make the positive social impact we desire in our world.
Hi guys, so we are live here at Access Bank headquarters at Victoria Island, and we had a great section with some CSR in action. I must say I enjoyed my training. It's free, but then the content is deep, like real deep. It's a great content, great facilitator, and I have great, amazing friends here. Say hello. Hi.
Hi guys, so we're back on the Good Citizen Radio Show. You just listened to participants at the just concluded CPET workshop. It's #CPET. You can check it up online. On governance and decision making, which held on Wednesday the 21st. Like I said, we had Soji Pampa, founder, Convention on Business Integrity, and Mr. Oluseyi Oyebisi, who's executive director of Nigerian Network of NGOs. And basically, they trained the participants on the importance of good governance policies and practices that help them gain traction amongst stakeholders, as well as acquaint them with a variety of leadership and decision making tools to help them in their work that they do in the CSO space. And I think that this is something that most Nigerians need to learn. Oftentimes, it seems as though we are conflicted as to what we need to do. We don't know, should we be like this? Should we be like that? But the truth is that every time we look within ourselves, the truth stands glaringly. It's just you think that, doing something, and it's not just Nigerians, I'm just saying the human being. Oftentimes we tend to do things that we find comfortable to do, but it's not always right. When you hear that democracy is government of the people, for the people, by the people, it is scary when you don't think that most of the people are not clear as to what they stand for. So does that mean that we then basically go with something that may not be beneficial to all because people are unhappy to rock the boat? And then what does rocking the boat mean? So I've seen another interesting thing during the course of the week. For instance, was Ike Ekweremadu's attack in Germany. So there have been a lot of, conversations for and against. Hello, do we have a caller? Hello? Hello? I think we've lost the call. So I was saying, so his trip to Germany has become a saga. Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Hello?
Can you hear me? Good evening.
Hello, good evening. Thanks for calling the Good Citizen Radio Show. What's your name, please?
My name is Emmanuel.
Hi, Emmanuel. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from somewhere around Bagada.
Okay, gret. So what's your contribution to the show today?
Yeah, my contribution is, in this part of the world, I have observed that the poor...
Can you speak up, please?
I said the masses are really being oppressed, Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. For instance, almost every day when I pass, there's a place around my area where the policemen would always, stay by the roadside every evening between 8:30 to 9 o'clock. And what they do is to practically harass and to extort money from Okada riders. These are people who are struggling just to get food, to put food on the table for their families. And that is what they do every day. Helpless Nigerians. They abandon their responsibility only to be frustrating Nigerians that they're supposed to protect. If they hear gunshots, everybody will run away. Like what the other guy said, there's another place too. You see, sincerely, if you don't live around that area,
you can never tell that you're not supposed to go a certain way.
You will drive on that one way because the signpost is removed.
Yeah.
It's actually faded and hidden somewhere. So how would you know? And then people driving, they will wait for you to get into the trap, and then they would compel you, to part with money.
But if you say the signpost is not actually there, why would you agree to part with money?
No, the signpost is there, faded, but hidden. See, if you live around, you will know that, okay, this is one way.
I understand.
If you don't live around, you will never know.
I understand. I mean, it's happened to me several times, and they count on the fact that you're in a rush.
Yes. See, good governance, why don't, if you really don't want people to go that way, why don't you just, put it where everybody will see, paint it.
Hello, I think we lost. Okay, hello.
There was a time. Hello?
Yeah, so I lost you for a second.
There's a place too, somewhere around Ilupeju, Ilupeju bypass. I just parked somewhere just beside one bank, and then all of a sudden from...
Oh, we lost him. So basically, he was just giving examples of people in positions of authority who take advantage of their position. I mean, these are the people who are supposed to drive governance, but it seems like they're taking advantage of people, and it can get frustrating. Hello? Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Hi, Ndidi. Good evening. How's your week been?
It's been good, though. Happy Friday to you, and how are you doing?
I'm well, thank you. Thank you for my birthday wishes. Ndidi is the best caller on this show, She remembers to send me happy birthday. I don't know how many people remember that 19th of August or realized that it was my birthday. Thank you, Ndidi.
Oh, thank God, thank God. You're doing a great job. So somebody like you can never be forgotten.
Thank you. Amen to that.
God bless you. Yes, good governance. Well, we are all government in quotes wherever we find ourselves.
Absolutely.
So by the time we start thinking along that line, they will all, and we stand out in what we do. That will accumulate into a very good society. You see, some people just believe that it's people at the top that are the government. No. Even in a family, the father is the president there, and the mother is the vice president. Then you have the children as the senators or the ministers who are subject to the parents. Yes, they are subject to the parents. So in every little corner we find ourselves, let us do the right thing.
I agree.
Let's do the right thing. Exactly. Let's do the right thing. When you see somebody on top and the person is doing something wrong and you are afraid to speak about it, then it will continue. It will continue, exactly. Because I just handled a case like that, The person at the top was kind of like frustrating those under, and they were kind of scared to talk about it. One person just said, let me just go and talk about it. I don't even mind losing my job. Just let me go and talk about it. And by the time she reported, it became a grievance issue.
Yes.
And, we have to call them together. You come and tell them. And actually, it was just a gap in communication. I laughed when I said, okay, both of you, can you just tell me the bone of contention? And they just picked it up. I said, can you see? If you had kept quiet, you would have just been roped into something that you did not do. And thank God that you spoke out. And the thing was just resolved. All parties vindicated and everybody just went away.
Thank you.
Let's speak out. We are all government. Let's not keep quiet.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ndidi. Thank you, Ndidi. As usual, you've made a lot of sense. And as usual, you've won yourself a nice, yummy Domino's pizza. To buttress what Ndidi has said, if you look at the workplace, and this is something we touched on a little bit last week as well, you see somebody doing wrong, you don't want to seem like a bad person, you let it go. We are all government. So if your organization institutes a whistleblowing policy and you don't take advantage of it, you are as complicit. If your colleague is responsible for delivering on something and they don't do it, and because you don't want to seem like a bad person, you don't escalate, you keep quiet about it, or you want to make the person look bad and yourself look good, and you keep quiet about it, then you are part of the problem. Hello? Oh, I'm sorry, we lost that call. And to go back to what the first caller had been trying to say, be careful who you vote in. Be very careful because people make all sorts of promises, but it would do us well to literally go back and look at the precedents of whoever tries to run for office. It's not just about close to, it being close to election time, and you then and that person just coming forward with lots of goodies worth 5K, 10K, you benefit it of then, but for the next 4 years, you live in agony. It's not worth it for me. It's not at all worth it for me. So the estate that I live in gives me hope that, you know, we can actually make things work for us in Nigeria. We can actually apply ethical principles that would make things work for us in Nigeria. It's not magic, but for those things to work, no matter what policy a governor, a president, or whoever puts in place, if they don't have the right people to make it work, then it's not going to work. Governance is only as good as the people within the system. If something is not right, speak up and be uncomfortable. Just imagine all that Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, all the Mandelas of this world had to go through. Imagine that Rosa Parks got on the bus and she was told to stand up or move to the back, and she moved complacently. Do you think that the civil rights movement in the USA would be where it is today? I don't think so. And I think even more importantly, we should stop thinking about how to outsmart the other person. Oftentimes we have too many smart guys trying to think, you know what, I want to one up this other person. If you find yourself in a comfortable situation and your neighbor or, you know, a person 2 streets down is not in a comfortable position, then you are in big, big trouble. The silent revolution has begun, or rather the non-violent revolution has begun, and we need to join in and make Nigeria work. I want to thank all who called in today. So the callers, Smith, Emmanuel, and Ndidi, you won yourselves Domino's Pizzas. Congratulations. And guys, do remember that Domino's Pizza has gone for a total makeover, new and improved. They've tested out the old way of doing things, and they are now giving us an extra new version of themselves. They've introduced new flavors: beef suya, chicken pie, Southern style barbecue chicken, smoked barbecue sausage. And every time you buy these, you get free. You get 1 free, and then you get 2 free Cokes from today till the end of the month. So hurry up. Go with your better half to grab yourself a pizza. Thank you for listening to the Good Citizen Radio Show. Every Monday, visit at Good Citizen NG for giveaway questions. Answer the giveaway questions on either Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Smith, please send us the screenshot of the company who you paid money to. It'd be nice to find out what happened with that money. Follow at Good Citizen, like and tag friends to your answer, and stand a chance to win even more boxes of pizza courtesy of Domino's. I hope you all have a fantastic weekend thinking about how you can make Nigeria great once again. You've been listening to Bekeme and the Good Citizen Radio Show. Bye-bye.